You know, at this point in 2024, most people understand that women should be strength training. Most men understand it. Not all men, but most men understand women should be strength training. Most women understand they should be strength training. Not all women, but most women understand it. But I don't think most women are strength training. Strength training is not bodybuilding. Bodybuilding is a type of strength training, but just because you strength train doesn't mean you're going to look like a bodybuilder. Take me, for example. I've been strength training since I was 14 years old, and I'm freaking puny, okay? There are many different types of strength training. So just because you strength train doesn't mean you're gonna look like a bodybuilder. Just because you strength train doesn't mean you're going to look like a power lifter, like you're gonna be squatting and having blood dripping down your nose. Keeping in mind, I was a competitive power lifter for almost a decade. I deadlifted over 530 pounds. I actually weighed 132 pounds when I did it. So you can get stronger without getting big and bulky, and there's nothing wrong with getting big and bulky if you want to. But strength training doesn't mean you're going to get big and huge and hairy, and it doesn't mean you're gonna look manly. And strength training doesn't have a certain age related to it. People can start strength training much earlier than they think. And I know women who start strength training at 60, 70, 80, 90 years old. There's no timeline to this. Strength training is for anyone and everyone, especially and including women. Obviously, there are health benefits to strength training, but I don't even want to talk about those first, because as soon as you get into bone density and blah, 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 people tune out. Yeah, we know bone density. Listen, I think the best part of strength training for both men and women, but for this video specifically women, it's the confidence that comes from strength training. I have coached literally, not hyperbole, literally thousands of women, and every single time I take a woman from not strength training to strength training, the confidence that they exude is palpable. They go from not believing themselves in everyday life to actually having the confidence to try, to believe in themselves, to do things they never thought they could do on their own. It's fucking incredible. Not to mention the physical aspect of feeling more confident and more capable to protect themselves, to take care of themselves if they need to, God forbid. It's, I think, the best benefit of strength training, because it changes your entire mindset and changes your entire, I'm not gonna say personality, but it changes your relationship with the world, and it changes your relationship with yourself, showing you that you are strong and that you can get even stronger and that you can do things that you never thought you could do before. In my opinion, this is the best part about strength training. Another factor that people get wrong with strength training, especially women, is they feel like they're gonna need to be in the gym 7 days a week for hours on end, lifting crazy heavy weights and getting jacked and da-da-da. No, strength training is simple. Effective strength training is simple and basic. You pick things up, you squat them down, you row things, you press things, you push things, you twist with things. It's very simple, very basic, and you could do it as little as once or twice a week, all the way up to 5 or 6 times a week. Personally, I recommend between 2, 3, or 4 times a week. If you're gonna do it 2 times a week, generally recommend a full body split, so do 2 full body days. If you're gonna do 3 times a week, I like what's called a push-pull leg split. So day 1 is you do all pushing exercises, day 2 you do all pulling exercises, and day 3 you do your legs. And if you're gonna do 4 days a week, I really like what's called an upper-lower split. Upper body one day, lower body the next day, upper body the next day, lower body the last day. That's it, and each workout can be between 40 to 75 minutes, mainly depending on how heavy you're lifting and how long a rest you're taking. The main thing to keep in mind here is, especially if you're coming from a place of doing a lot of repetitions with very light weight in order to feel the burn, there's nothing wrong with that, but that's not what I want you to focus on when you really get into strength training. I'm gonna want you to focus on using heavier weights for fewer repetitions. And that could be 4 to 5 repetitions early on in the workout when you're really trying to build like maximal strength is what we call it, all the way to 8 to 12 to 15 or 20 repetitions later on in the workout when you're maybe doing some more strength endurance. It's good to have a variety of repetition ranges and a variety of weights, but the most important thing is that as you're progressing week over week, you are trying to lift progressively heavier weight. Now, a lot of people, and especially women, hear this and they think, oh my gosh, I'm gonna get so strong, I'm gonna get so big and bulky, I'm gonna look so manly. Trust me, you're not. You're not gonna get big and bulky, and not that there's anything wrong with that, but let me tell you why you're not gonna look like a man. First and foremost, because you're a woman. You're not gonna look like a man. Second, generally speaking, men have way higher testosterone levels, okay? And what that does is it allows them to build more muscle more easily. Keeping in mind, again, look at me. I've been strength training since I was 14 years old. I'm 33 now. The main thing that's going to dictate how much you build and how big you get is how much you eat. So if you're eating to get big, then you're gonna get big. If you're lifting and strength training and you're not eating to get big, you're not gonna get big. You will reap all the benefits of strength training without getting huge. And keep in mind, again, if your goal is to get huge, you get big and bulky, that's amazing. You're just gonna have to eat for that. And if you eat for that, yeah, you're gonna get bigger. But if you don't eat that way and you strength train, then you're gonna get all the benefits of getting more toned, more defined, getting more of a firm look, if you wanna call it that, without getting big and bulky and manly looking. Now, I've been making content a long time. I don't think this video is gonna go viral. My goal isn't for this video to go viral. My goal is for at least one woman who watches this video, who up to this point has been thinking about trying strength training, but has been a little bit too self-conscious to try it or hasn't built up the confidence to go out and try it yet. My goal is for you, that one woman, to give it a shot. Walk into a gym and do some strength training. There are many free programs online. If you want to try a free strength training program, you're welcome to. I offer one that is not free. It comes from almost 20 years in this fitness industry, having worked with thousands and thousands of women and men as well, but specifically thousands of women, usually between ages 25 all the way up to over 80 years old. If you want to join my inner circle, I'll put the link for that in the description. We have an app that will guide you through everything you need to know. We have programs that are just with dumbbells, so if you have only dumbbells, you can do that. We have body weight only programs, although I would recommend you start with the dumbbell only program if you haven't done anything yet. And we have full gym access programs as well. But what I want first and foremost, and most importantly, is for at least one woman who watches this video who hasn't tried strength training yet to give it a shot. Whether it's with my program, a free program, someone else's program, quite frankly, I don't care. I just want you to try it because I know for a fact you will be happier, healthier, more confident, and better as a result of it. I would love to have you in the inner circle. If you'd like to join, please click the link in the description. You can join for either a quarterly or annual subscription. It would be amazing to have you there. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel if you don't already. Have a wonderful week. I'll talk to you soon.